Welcome back. The Herd is coming up next here on FS1. Let's head over, check in with Colin Cowherd. Hey, Colin, what is on the show today?
The most disrespected player in the NFL has got to be Deshaun Watson. He is now, this morning, I'm told, not as good as Baker Mayfield. Okay, we'll line up the stats and see how true that is coming up.
All right, Colin, thank you. Time for our final topic of the day. About a month ago, Klay Thompson had ACL surgery, but this weekend he posted on Instagram that he was going on a little vacation. Klay was seen doing a little dance on a private jet and said he was going wakeboarding. Shannon, are you surprised by that?
I'm very surprised, Skip, especially he had surgery less than basically a month ago.
Yeah, a month.
And normally guys, at least when they're up around and moving, they have on a brace, at least for 6 weeks. To make sure the knee is stable before they start doing all this. And I ain't got no problem with him wakeboarding. I mean, it's, water, and the buoyancy is okay, I get all that. But the way he's moving around, so I'm really surprised. Maybe, who knows, Bob Myers, maybe someone in the Warriors organization give him a call, hey, Klay, settle down. I know you're feeling good, but, the City Boys, we winning right now, so we feeling real good about what we got going on.
What have I told you about Klay Thompson? The ultimate warrior. Remember, he wanted to keep playing that night of Game 6 when he wrecked his knee, right?
Yes.
He came back on the court.
He wanted to play Game 3 with the hamstring.
There you go. So to me, they are getting so good at this surgery that I am not surprised by what I saw, because knowing him and knowing that surgery, and if you get the right surgeon and he has a good day and it comes back together right on time, I could see by January, February, he would come back full force, full speed. And if he does, the Warriors are going to be a big factor next year.
Yeah, but I'm still Skip. I mean, that's to be moving around like he's moving around only a month after that surgery. I get it. Yeah, they're getting really good. Dr. Elatrosh, these guys are great. They're perfected. James Andrews.
They are perfecting it.
But Skip,
sometimes they don't even reattach it. They just let it go.
Yeah.
Have you guys gone wakeboarding, though? That's scary. I've had some bad falls wakeboarding. I don't know if that would be something I'd
do the water
be doing.
thing.
That is it for us.
Showers only.
We'll be back tomorrow morning at 9:30 Eastern. Right now, Colin tells you new superstar Russell Westbrook. Houston will pair Russ with another ball-dominant former MVP and James Harden. One NBA exec said, quote, swapping CP3 for Westbrook is an upgrade. Holy cow. Are they hard to defend? And they kept all the other important guys. I think they're the best team in the Western Conference right now. So, Shannon, could you see Houston being the best in the West?
No, I don't. I believe the Clippers, I believe the Lakers are better than them. Utah, the way they play, move the basketball, they're always going to be a tough out. I still believe, I believe they'll be a top 4, top 5 team, Skip, but I don't, the best team with 2 ball-dominant players in there, and then Russ, I heard the press conference, and he said all the right things. James and I have played together before, but you weren't what you are today. James Harden wasn't an MVP. You weren't an MVP. You didn't have the usage rate, and he didn't have that usage rate. Skip, they're a three-point shooting team. So as far as guys with at least 300 attempts, 350 attempts, I think, the worst three-point shooter in the NBA was Russell Westbrook. So James Harden get the ball. He kicks it in the corner to Russ. Clank. You had 2 basketballs? I agree. They'd be special. I just don't see it. Now, we question whether or not Harden and CP3 can play together. And I get it, maybe, whatever happened, they fell out of favor, yada, yada, yada. Get all that. But to just think, because these guys played together once upon a time, when they were not the players that they are now, they'll be able to come back together. I don't see it.
Yeah, I do see it.
Oh, you see them the best team in the West?
I think they have a real shot at being the best team in the West, which is wide, wide open.
It ain't open.
I love this team. I love this pairing at this stage and age that these two are. I think this will work to the point they will be better than last year. Their over-under the other day, as we saw, was 52 games. They won 53 last year. I think they'll win 55 this year because it will click and it will work.
What
did Russ say? We have been friends since we were 10 years old. They both grew up in Southern California, right here in the LA area. And they grew up together for 3 years in Oklahoma City. Then they split and they got their individual accolades and they piled them Hall of Fame high. They got MVPs, they got triple doubles, they got revolutionized the way you play
all
basketball. That's over. Now they're reuniting at a point when they need to win one championship, and they know they need to sacrifice to win it. They have each led this league in assists, so they can both flat out pass the basketball.
But that makes you this guy. I just want to know one thing. If it's so easy to sacrifice, why couldn't James Harden do it before? And why was Russell unwilling to do it for 10 years?
Because James Harden and Chris Paul were not friends.
Oh, hold on.
And they got unfriendlier by the dribble.
Okay, I get all that. So he only became this type of ball player once CP3 arrived. He was always a very sacrificial player. He was always looking out for the best interest of his team. Is that what you're telling me?
And you said Russ is a bad three-point shooter. They won't be a three-point shooting team. What does Mike D'Antoni do best? He X's and O's offense.
Yeah.
He will recreate and reinvent their whole attack around a left-handed scorer and a right-handed scorer.
But Skip, he built this team with the exception of Russ. They're still a three-point shooting team.
Well, they'll do some of it, but it won't be all or nothing. And by the way, what I love the most about the deal, they kept everybody.
Yeah.
They kept my guy Austin Rivers. You know, they got the whole, they got the bench.
Yeah.
They got Gerald Green. They're loaded. This is a good basketball team.
I'm not saying they're not good, but I don't believe they're the best.
I believe it will click.
But I love, you know what, Skip Bailey, this is what I'm saying about you. You believe everybody will click. You believe the Clippers will click. You believe Utah will click. You believe everybody will click.
The Clippers will click on defense.
You believe everybody will click except you know who. Why is that?
Because he's in his 17th
They
year.
got to do with that.
And Anthony Davis has never been in this hot of a spotlight.
Okay, what?
And they got a whole new roster, and they're going to throw it all back together and see if it works. Houston has the same old roster, adding Russ.
But you're gonna bring two guys that they shared the ball once upon a time, but they were never like that. So you think, okay, they're water. We freeze them, we unthaw it, and guess what? They water again. Oh, that's what you believe, huh?
They were cryogenically frozen.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to see the
cryogenically
dynamics.
frozen.
That's good. I like that one. Should the Warriors be upset with Klay Thompson's weekend?